Welcome to another episode of the Wood Couture Podcast, the incredible Indian designer series, recording live here at the Andaz Hotel in Aero City, New Delhi. Today we have the absolute pleasure to welcome the one and certainly the only Leila Erfan. Welcome.
Thanks. Pleasure is mine for invite.
I can't wait.
Same.
I can't wait. We have the principal of Aria Design and Iranian by nationality and everything.
Yeah.
Came to India 2012. Permanently, let's call it.
Yes. Approximately.
Why India?
Why not?
That's a good but I'm the one asking the question today. So what attracted you to India?
Very short, craft. Second, people. And when I look at both of them, I said I will stay back. I think still in 2024, all the unique and exotic craft is getting faded all around the world. Still are alive here. And when I started my own practice, because I came to India much earlier than 2012, I came for a work. And after that, when I see the country, when I start traveling around, I could see, I kind of stay back and have my own design firm. Craftsmen surprised me here. The people of India surprised me how still doing each and everything manually with the hand, and how much we are spoiled easily we can access to all these things. And after a few years, I had the courage to start my own furniture line as well, to start my tiny, teeny manufacture unit. And it was one of the turning point for our studio and our team. We are starting having the solution like A to Z for our project, like we designing the project, we designing our bespoke pieces, and we are manufacturing. As also, we are doing lots of outsourcing, collaborating with different brand, different furniture maker, want to be India all around the world. But why India? Craft and people.
So before we go in further and you tell us a bit more what you do, let's go back.
Okay.
Why interior architecture? Where is all started for you?
If you want to go really back, I am blessed because my mother and my father both somehow been in the same field. And from the childhood, I was seeing my father doing with all those rapid pencil, doing all the architecture, civil, all because he's a civil engineer. I coming from that background. And my mother also, she's an artist. And from my childhood, everything was matter of the sketching, painting, clay, so many craft I learned it from my mother. After that, I went to the graphic school, art and architecture school in Tehran. It was from my childhood journey. Yeah. And somehow when I touch photography, graphic design, all these things, somehow homes and the craft, it was a very right platform for me. I found that it makes me happy. I can walk to the space, visual it, and I always like, don't get me wrong, but whenever I'm entering to any place, I would like shuffling the layout because I think I can do it better. And when you do interior designing, your canvas is very large. You are dealing with lots of different artists, craftsmen, carpenter, painter. And I'm not getting bored, actually. That is one of the main key. I get bored of everything very quickly.
So if I tell you Zara Hadid, Kelly Hoppen, and Roberto and Ludovico Palumbo, what do they mean to you?
Zoha Haidut. She's my heart. And I have huge respect for her as a legend. And also, we all know about her life history as a female in her time, and me as a Persian woman, as a female, I love her. She's my, she's my one of the person I always look at it, because as a Persian woman, we have, okay, me as an outsider, not, but lots of my loved one back home, they have lots of day-to-day challenges as a female, and also in the society, not only in Iran. I think in the society, I don't want to take it to the different direction. To be a female and coming to the manhood, you really have to be a fighter. Zaha Hadid has my heart.
Kelly Hoppen?
It's still, I can't know, but if you're telling me which one of them, of course Zaha Hadid for me. I'm not saying no to any of the big name, but
I'm very familiar with these two names that you mentioned in the interview, but also Ludovica and Roberto Palomba. What is so special about them?
see, actually, if I want to be very honest, I study and research, and I've been around all of the Zaha Hadid project and about her, because it always was fascinating me how she started, how she grew, and she broke so many boundaries. She pushed so many things as a female practitioner around the world. Want to be US, China, anywhere around the world. In her late time, she came even to the fashion. You get my point? I can talk about her till tomorrow. But about the I'm not saying no, but I'm not allowing myself to talk about it because I never dig on his practice.
Along your journey, have you found or did you look up to a mentor apart from the public figures you mentioned?
Yes, we have to. We have to. And also, I should say, still I'm looking back not only to architects and interior designer mentor, still I'm looking back to my mentors, want to be a photographers, because I have a heart for the photography. I'm still look at back to my mentor as a ceramic craft, because I have practicing and some of them I'm still doing. If you don't have a mentor in the life, I think you don't have an anchor to hold on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what was the best business advice you've been given by these mentors?
Generally, I should say, with whomever I had the privilege to work, be an assistant at my internship time, till today, even when I'm still, for example, I'm back to my ceramic practice. Generally, whomever as a senior, I have that privilege to work with them, they said, don't look what is happening around. Focus on yourself. Push the boundary. Believe on yourself.
What is the upset you in business?
Upset?
Yeah, what makes you upset in business?
Upset? No, I think maybe I'm getting a little bit old now. Maybe in my 20s, I used to get upset about the time schedule, all these things. But if business doesn't upset you or challenge you, it's not the business.
Interesting. I like that.
Yeah, because listen, we are not going to studio change our nail polish.
No. Say.
Anyway, tell me one business doesn't have a challenge.
Life has a challenge in itself. Yeah.
I like my job. And I'm not calling it business, very honest.
So what distracts you then
Distract.
from your focus? The advice given was stay focused. So what distracts you then?
No. Of course, in architecture interior, yes, at times we have challenges at the site. For example, timeline, client has little bit confusion, all these things. But I'm thinking this is all helping me and my team to every time learn from it and next time function better. That's it.
One of your best quotes that I read, and I think very ballsy, says, I believe in modernizing Indian culture and heritage. What parts of the Indian culture and heritage would you like to modernize?
Is, if I ever said I would like modernize India, or you're talking about the specifically interior designing, which
Of
one?
course.
Only interior.
I leave it to you.
Okay.
Is a
Because
big
see, you
canvas,
have
he
to
said.
also understand, I accept Mother India as my second country. That is, and as a designer, even when you're going to the road, the study, and be a designer, you always do the correction. Wanna be from the road, wanna be from your neighborhood park. But if I wanna say about the lifestyle and the home, because I really love to the residential project, one thing we have to accept it slowly in the Indian culture, the joint family moving to the modern family. So many things has to get adopted to the smaller circle, one family living, and also the culture of the joint family is converting to the smaller society, and the flat city is starting coming to the vertical city, high rises, builders, flats is coming. The culture to living in the high rises, the culture coming to the smaller and living little bit more impact. We have to more work on it. And at the same time, we as a designer, we have this mission to educate and design and help our customer. Now I'm getting much more young customer than 10 years ago. 10 years ago, most of my customer, they've been 50, 55 plus. Now the customer, they coming, they are single or young couple, late 20s, early 30s, one child or no child. And they are still, they don't know, should I copy what my parents they did? Or just 2,000 square feet. And India is not the one country. When we are practicing project in Delhi is different, Pune is different. I think as an interior designer, I would like to improve the lifestyle in the modern languages to make it a little bit less chaotic, be more easygoing, and home be a place by end of the day you want to come back to it. Your home should be your story.
You define your design style as an amalgamation of culture, colors, and crafts.
Yes, okay.
Tell me a bit more about that.
Okay, what's happened when I started, I had so much challenges here. But of course, India is changing like anything, and it makes me happy. Also, this changing so fast has a good side and has a bad side. But for me, as a young interior designer, I came here, I opened my studio, developing the quality I have seen around the world. I used to work outside of the India. It was too much challenging in the beginning, let's say. But when I set up my own team, I started getting the craftsmen, artists from all around the India in my own workshop and factory. I fall in love with work with them. Like if you look at the product we done or the houses we done, I'm not saying we are making the museum, but look at how spoiled we are. You name it, from the semi-pressure stone till the Kashmiri walnut wood, till the person come and do the curtain woven in front of you. We are spoiled here. I cannot ignore that side of me. I am in love to work day to day with the craftsman in my project. Somebody come to me, say, oh, I want a minimalistic house. I said, you choose the wrong. I have to be honest. I said, you're choosing the wrong designer. I cannot design the space without celebrating the craft around it. It's not the meaning of the overdoing it. If it's even this sofa, I do not wish to pick up the very ordinary fabric. I would like having the one element handcrafted, maybe cushion. For me, we should not let modern life kill us, our craftsmen. Machinery should not kill us, our craftsmen. Like I had the opportunity, people that came to me for a hotels project. I said, my factory don't do the hotel project. You want it, give me 2 years time, because I am not going to source my things from the, ready-made fabric, all these things. Certain things I would like add on to it. And the people, they want that touch. They're happy with my services.
And it's interesting because I read so many articles where you give 4 tips for this, 4 tips for that. There's this home magazine, 4 tips with Leila, 4 tips to do your home decor, 4 tips to get that.
Which one you read? I'm not very sure.
Yeah, they mention you, and I don't think there's many Leila Erfan, which is interesting and it's fascinating because you're very popular.
Listen, as a designer, if we don't want to give our input, then what we are? And also, I think we should also really think about the next generation as a designer. We should really be open to teach them, not only for about the fancy side of to be a designer, Instagram, this, that, events. We have to also tell them how challenging is it, how difficult is it. It's not a joke when you're telling to the family, in 1 year, your house will be ready. The house, it will be serve all of your requirement, your grandparents, to your parents, to your next generation, your children, they will be happy. Is a responsibility, is your word you're giving to the family to make them satisfied. Or some of the commercial project like a bar, cafe, they're coming to us. We are giving our word to be functional, to be less maintenance. You have to really be open to pass whatever knowledge. As per my experiences, whatever little I have learned, I am very open to share.
I interviewed a lady before, Sonali Bhagwati, and she told me and asked a question about gender equality. And she thinks that the proportion of men and women in business, is actually almost getting, in the interior architecture I'm talking, profession is getting almost equal. If not, more ladies come into the business. But there's still barriers out there of acceptability of a woman dealing with a contractor, for example, doing the project. What's your views?
I have lots of respect for Sonali as a senior designer. Yes, if, as a person, I've been in and out of this country more than 16, 17 years. And I'm practicing over the 12 years by myself. Are we talking or comparing? You're getting my point. If you are only talking about Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, or if we are talking about globally what is happening, is a very different story to me. Because when I came to Delhi, I'm talking Delhi, not Bombay, when I'm talking about Delhi, 2006, it was a very different story. It was a very bitter story to be a female practicer. I have to say this. But now, I don't even think about it. And I want to exactly same things happen for all the young practitioner. To be proud, you are a female, doesn't matter. Your heel can walk over the cement and you will be successful. But if we talk about it globally, I think country to country has a very different mentality and culture.
So what has changed since 2006 in Delhi?
A lot.
In the ecosystem?
Many good things happen and many bad things is also happening. Like, of course, India is an extremely fast growing country and has lots of opportunity. And the bad things, I think, unfortunately, happening all around the world these days. When we look at the kind of the climate challenges we have. But of course, I will look at the full portion of the glass. I think Delhi, big city in India, is changing in the very positive way. And I'm seeing more and more designer. It's not necessary to be a field of the interior. All kind of the designer, graphic designer, all the creative people, they are coming together more and more. One thing I am super happy about it, the collaboration, because I was coming from the country and the kind of the practice I had around the Middle East from my childhood time till my late 20s. It was always, you have to collaborate. And I think the same culture is happening getting stronger and stronger even in India. And I really appreciating it.
Um, some of your industry colleagues, claim that or says that in the last 5 years, no clients is talking about sustainability or well-being. What's your views on this subject of sustainability?
See, when it's coming to residential, and let's talk about India. If certain class of the society, they want to have a bespoke luxury houses, I think it's my duty to tell them luxury is a care than more than a brand. Luxury is comfort more than a show off. I think if client they don't know, at least I should try to push it, to sell to them. You getting my point? You want to have a wow house, it's okay, I will give it to you. You want to have certain brand from certain countries, sofa, this, that, I will give it to you. You want to have a customized chandelier, I will give it to you. But can we respect the water system in your house? Sir, you can afford it. Can you spend on it? These things, we should do it much, much in the advanced stage of the project. I'm not blaming always customer. I first started from myself. Am I excited I'm doing XYZ known, famous industry, businessman, farmhouses, paint houses? Or first I should say, what you're bringing to the table, to the society as a designer. That is very important. He can afford, he can have a luxury house. You want to be a spoke house, fine. Everything, it should not be only on the surface of the house. The day we kicking the project, we have to see how we want to recycle the water. All of our clients, they can afford the solar system. Then slowly bring them to the furniture. The kind of the fabric we are selecting, that is going back to the respect the craftsman, and you will get the handmade linen fabric. We have to start it from ourselves, then we judge the client, I'm thinking. If I, as a designer, I want to live in the more eco-friendly society, who designed the society?
So you like Coco Chanel. If it's not comfortable, it's not luxury.
Yes, exactly.
Very much. I see your style now. You're getting there. Not the branded, the comfort side. And the young generation talk a lot about artificial intelligence, AI.
Yes.
Coming into the interior architecture. How do you feel about that?
I'm getting AI classes.
What would you like to do with AI?
See, like exactly when computer came to I remember, like my dad, he was designing everything with the hand. His studio was those gorgeous wooden table, lots of scale. Life is changing. I'm not saying that is bad or this is good. I never ever denied the love I have for sketching. I never design something with the computer. I always do my hand sketching. But also, I don't deny technology can be helpful. But also, I don't agree you be a young generation, let AI sell the idea to you. This is very long discussion, because recently in another university I was talking, if you as a young designer do not know your material, you don't have enough technical knowledge, you are a fool behind the computer, you type 4-6 line and you get some fancy picture, who want to make it for you? That picture your client said fine, is pretty, now executed, who want to give the technical drawing? It's good, but You have to be a master to control it.
How do you feel about Pinterest? Some people say is the killer for the interior design community.
Any technology, like if you want to talk about the one of Pinterest, AI, anything's on the media, Instagram, uneducated influencer. Wow, you want to go that much wide? We can't talk about it till tomorrow. Anything, just touching the surfaces. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. Wanna be a Pinterest, wanna be a AI, wanna be a Instagram. Like people, they're getting bored. They wanna become the interior designer. No, I have seen it. I have seen it. But you want to be an interior designer, you really know it's not an easy job. But people, they do it. I don't want to deny any of them. There are good things or bad things. Yes, if you have a decent base, if you really having the decent, solid base about the material, style, and I don't think so in our field, ever, never, self-education will get over. You have to see what is happening around the world at the market. You have to see a trend, what is happening. It doesn't mean you have to be a trend follower, but you have to be in touch with the society and media and international market. Fine, computer technology, Pinterest, they want to help you. Maybe every year you don't want to go to Milan, but you can follow everything what is happening in Milan, for example. You have to be smart to take the benefit of all of that, but follow your idea, your belief.
It was an interesting article. They were asking you a question on balancing work and life balance, and you said the life of the designer don't need balance.
Yes.
Like that.
Listen, you keep using the word of the work or business. I don't look at my life and the practice I'm doing is my business.
Boizer.
It's my life journey. I love it. Even with all the challenges, with all the difficulty. Imagine I have worked in 6 different countries with a different culture. Even about the building, each country or each state, they have a different, and I don't know culture of that country. Even, for example, first time when I had to work with the family in the Pune, they've been very different than Delhi people, the people in Dubai, people in Turkey, people in Iran, people in Italy. We did the project for a very amazing couple, Italian, based in Delhi, and they shift everything to Sicily. You getting my point? I am so blessed work with so many different culture, but it's a life. It's like you're a designer from morning. You're just getting up how you want to put your cup of coffee on the table, your vases is right or no, the color combination giving you the good energy or not, till end of your nights. You're not going to a studio just making money. Then you're not the designer. You're not the designer. You're not the creator. You're a boring person. You just want to make money out of it.
Somebody mentioned that when they get asked about value engineering, for them means it was a bad design. Because if it's a good design, don't need value engineering. How do you feel about?
You cannot bring up any project, any building without engineering. This is my concern. And I think to respect of all of our dear friends, civil engineer, architects, interior designers, styler, like we cannot just focus in what we like. No. It's a hard work. It's a building, safety, no. Engineering of any kind of the building is equally important. Like I'm as a designer, I'm imagining I want to do this and that. Also, I have to be sure about the technical matter and Also, I have to understand, I have to collaborate with the perfect engineering to also, I'm sure they will make it much more easier for me. That is again coming back to collaboration, coming back to understanding, and if you are talking about the sustainability, something long lasting. I faced I've been in that position. Client came to me. They started 1.5 years. House is simply falling apart. Not only interior furniture, so much of the technical problem because it was not right amount of the attention to engineering of the project from the day one. Like you want to have exactly, again, going back to the another question about how we can make it more eco-friendly, all these things. When I want to have a solar system, when I want to have so many ecosystem in my building, I have to bring and collaborate with that particular team of the engineering to help me. No, I disagree. The design has to be functional. Has to be functional. And if it's need to little bit toned it down because of the long lasting and engineering or challenges, I respect that.
Can an interior designer design to a budget?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Listen, when we are doing the project, especially when it's coming to hospitality project, no. You have to understand because wanna be hotels, wanna be cafe, wanna be restaurant, they have a very clear budget for each and everything. And actually, I think if you cross the budget in those kind of the project, you're not a good interior designer. Because if you are a good interior designer, you should know your material, your cost, your everything from the day one. If your client coming and telling you, I'm coming with the 5 chain of the restaurant or cafe, and this is a budget as a per square feet, then don't waste your client time and your team as well. Design, pick up the material in that budget. Coming to the residential is a very different story because in the residential, I don't face one person. I'm facing the couple, for example. I'm facing in India, you're facing the joint family. It's a matter of you have to keep not only one person happy, you have to keep an entire, at least 2 generation or 3 generation happy. Then pay for it.
For the challenge, they will pay for it, of course. So the day you're gonna slow down, I'm not gonna call it retire because it'll be for you. I don't see you, and so you made it very clear that's your life. It's not a profession. Well, the day you're gonna slow down, how would you like to be remembered?
For me, it's very, very important we leave our footprint on the design society for the next generation. That is, for me, is more important. Like project, yes, we are making project. We are designing the houses XYZ, and now with the help of the technology, we show off it as much we can. But for me, it's very, very important. Next generation of the designer remember me. Like I'm giving very tough time to my intern generally because exactly I remember how I have learned. In my time was very different. This generation, everything is a finger touch. We used to go to library, site, project. It was much, much, much challenging. I would like the new generation make it better, then I'm thinking I should do my own investment. That is, for me, is more important than, oh my God, she did 3,000 projects.
So, why are Indian designers incredible?
Pardon?
Why are Indian designers incredible?
Indian designer incredible.
What do you think?
I don't put the tag of the national. Any designer, any great artist all around the world, and they can be incredible.
Of course.
Yeah.
Interesting. If I put a very big, massive white canvas on top of Burj Khalifa, the big, tallest building in the world, everybody will see it. Big white canvas on top of Burj Khalifa. What message would you write in there so everybody can see it?
Be kind. Be kind.
Why is that?
I think the world we are living, we need more kind people. Be kind. It's very simple. Be kind.
Leila, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoyed.